I have rainbow trout. I selected this time to use the skin on.
Here's a behind the scenes look at a cooking show that I produced for a local caterer. On this day, we recorded 5 recipes, which equals 5 weeks of cooking show episodes. And recording in batch like this is the key to making your cooking show successful if you want to have one. Recording in batch like this means it's a very efficient way for you to take advantage of all the benefits of a cooking show. You can create online revenue streams with it. You can drive traffic to your restaurant or your food truck. You can increase your profile as a chef for your catering business or your private chef business. And if you want to be a celebrity chef, you can put yourself on TV just by uploading your videos to YouTube. What a lot of people don't realize is that 47% of people watch YouTube on their television. So if you want to be a TV chef, you don't need the Food Network. All you need to do is put your cooking show on YouTube, and it's really not that difficult, as I'll show you here.
Shallots are a little bit different. I'm adding this time. I've used it before, but I'm just gonna add it this time for the different type of flavor that we have. So I'm gonna use a little bit of butter just to saute everything. And this is gonna be over medium heat. So we have I think this was about 4 stalks of celery. We'll use all of it. And then I used a half of a green pepper, and then I don't think I used I used like 3/4 of larger red pepper. And then we'll put in half of an onion here. And then we'll add the scallions the shallots momentarily. So we're gonna just cook this down. And while it's cooking, towards the end, as I've already said, the shrimp is already pre-cooked, but I want to include or add in some flavor. So I'm gonna put it in here towards the end. The great thing about seafood salad is quick, and if you already have some things that are pre-cooked, obviously these things, it's gonna be even easier. So the lobster, this is what I found. These are like little baby lobster tails that you can find in the frozen section of your grocery store. Sometimes I'll use regular full lobster tails and then just dice it up. But I saw these and I'm like, oh, that'd be great in a seafood salad. So why not add it? Let's see. And then the shrimp, like I said, we're going to add that. I would get the baby shrimp. I wouldn't use large shrimp for your seafood salad just because it's a salad. And actually you could go a size smaller than this. This is I want to say 7190s. If you see on the package, that's what the number is. I believe so. Don't quote me. But it's a small, and you can also get salad size shrimp. I've used that before. So this is cooking down nicely. The seasoning that I have over here is, let's see, I have some Old Bay. While this is sauteing, I'm going to add in just a little bit of Old Bay. Now remember with Old Bay, you don't want too much because it can be a little salty. So we add the Old Bay. I have a little granulated garlic while it's cooking down, and then we'll hold up on the other things. But the other things I have here are smoked paprika as well as a cayenne pepper. We'll add that towards the end just so we're not making it. And the cayenne pepper is like an extra type of thing that you can add in your preference. If you want a little spice, you can have that or not, leave it out. So this is cooking down quite nicely. And then while this is cooking, the other things that I have over here, as you see, is just regular mayo. And I have Dijon, spicy Dijon mustard, as well as Worcestershire sauce and lemon juice. Okay, so now with your vegetables, a lot of times I tell you don't overcook vegetables, but this time I'm gonna tell you to cook it just a little bit longer so they're soft, because in the way I like to eat seafood salad, I don't want a crunch in my salad. So let's get started. So I've already for seafood that we mix up here, lemon pepper, butter. One thing you could add also, We may do this the next time, and I've done this with a lot of my salmon cakes, or salmon burgers. But I've already mixed it with the salmon, so there's some seasoning in the salmon already. Onion, you can use onion, fresh onion, or onion flakes. That can be added, but we're going to add in our parsley. Leave about a teaspoon, a tablespoon off to the side for our sauce. This is getting hot quick, so let me just turn it off. Our dill right here, leave about a tablespoon of dill off to the side. And we're going to add the egg, 1 egg as well. Okay, mix that all together. And then we're going to add in just a little bit of salt. Again, our salmon's already pre-seasoned. And then a little bit of pepper. All right, so this is looking really good. A lot of times what people will do too is use breadcrumbs as a filler. We're not going to do that today, but you have that option if it doesn't stick together. I'm going to take some of my gloves here. If you have them at home, that's cool. If not, no problem, to make our burgers. So as you all know, I've learned a lot of the vegan, that whole chain of restaurants, and they have a pecan crusted trout. As you see here, I have rainbow trout. I selected this time to use the skin on. And while while our skillet is heating up, we're going to coat our trout. So we're going to put it in the flour mixture. You could prepare this a couple different ways too. It could be in the skillet, or you can actually prepare it like this and then pop it in the oven for about, I guess about maybe 10 minutes. We're gonna do the skillet version today because it's a little bit easier. We're gonna put this in our egg wash. We really don't need it on the back side, on the skin. And then I'm gonna take our panko, and then we're gonna put our pecan crust here. Okay. Actually, I'm going to add this panko to our bread, our flour base. I'm going to add a little bit more of the pecans. We'll get all of our pieces together. And egg wash. And you want your pecans kind of finely grounded, just so they'll stay on your, and we're gonna leave some extra too for the end to finish it off. Okay, so our last piece, I mean, you can do as many pieces as you want. Honestly, I probably would have done a little bit more, but I'm buying a whole bunch of stuff, and I know certain people will eat it, but and I know my friends will eat it, but I just don't want it to go to waste. So you can, on each side, each one will probably take about, because they're small too, about 3 to, we'll say 5 minutes, because, you know, some people don't like their lamb pink, but it should be well done. Not pink, but you don't want it overcooked either. And we want some color on each side of it. So this is a big one, so it's gonna probably take a little bit longer. Turn down our skillet, our heat. Okay. Like I said, we'll cook on each side for about We'll start off with 4 minutes, I guess, about 4 minutes. Let's see. But if you use fresh herbs, you should be smelling that right now, actually. It smells amazing. So we're just going to take our soy sauce, all these ingredients, brown sugar, and we're going to whisk. And we're going to take, this is about... Okay, so your beef should be nicely marinated at least a minimum of 15 minutes. And if you have it longer, that's even better. So we're going to finish everything off. This should be pretty simple and easy. One thing that I don't think I mentioned before, but I may have, but I actually steamed my broccoli. And remember, when you're steaming or you're cooking your broccoli, I always make sure that there is salt in the water. So then when you go to season it, you don't have to add as much on the back end. All right, so let's make sure that our skillet is getting hot, and we're going to take our marinated beef, and I just want to make sure this is, let's just try this. Yeah, you shouldn't need, we'll add just a little salt, just a little. You really shouldn't need it, but we'll add salt and then a little bit of black pepper. And then you'll just saute your beef. It shouldn't take but maybe 5 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes. You see our pieces are nicely, like they're sliced small. Okay. Just so it's nice and even. And we're going to add the remaining liquid as well. And again, this shouldn't take too long. That's what's great about this particular entree, is that once you have everything prepped, this should be a meal that, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so. Gonna add this. And then also, of course, if you haven't already done so, I already had it done. White rice. I'm using a basmati rice, but you know, any rice will go well with this, as you know, beef and broccoli. Okay, so we'll cook that. Put that down, and we won't need that. One thing I did grab as well, while my beef was marinated, are some sesame seeds. Another thing you could grab while this is cooking are scallions. Just chop them up, maybe like 2 scallions, and you can actually finish it with a little bit of garnish.
Like I said at the start of the video, if you really want to be a TV chef, you don't need the Food Network or Bravo or HGTV or any of the other traditional media outlets, because 47% of people watch YouTube on their television. So if you want to be a TV chef, all you have to do is put your cooking show on YouTube. If that's something that you need help with, use the link in the description box to schedule your cooking show strategy session, and we'll figure out how we can get your cooking show on YouTube so that you can start making money online from YouTube AdSense, and also driving traffic to your restaurant if you have one, increasing your profile as a private chef or a local caterer if that's what you're interested in. There's so much you can do when you have your own cooking show, and you do not have to wait for somebody else to give you an opportunity. YouTube is right here, right now. All you have to do is start uploading.